Sterling Holmes with Stacking the Box, joined now by two-time Pro Bowler in 2021 Rookie of the Year, Ja'Marr Chase. JaMarr, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being on here. But before we get into the NFL talk, you have this great partnership with Sleep Number. Can you talk about this just a little bit?
Sleep Numbers just giving us opportunities as athletes to get better sleep. They partnered up with the Bengals and, finally gave us opportunity to show off, the sleep number thing. And me and Justin been doing a little competition. Now we got it off the field with the sleep number. So it's definitely been good for us.
I want to talk a little bit about the preseason with you because I think you know better than everyone the preseason struggles don't always translate to the regular season. You see fans on Twitter. After one drop, a dude's a bum. After one catch, make room. He's going in the Ring of Honor. You had your own struggles, and then your rookie year, 1,455 yards, 13 touchdowns. Can you touch a little bit on the struggles going from college to the NFL?
Yeah, man. Just end up being showing people that I'm still normal and just having opportunities of dropping passes after being off a whole year of football. It happens, you know what I'm saying? It happens to the best of us. And, you know what I'm saying? Didn't let it shut me down, just kept working. Shout out to Cincinnati, the guys in the locker room for making sure they kept my head high and, not downing me on anything that I was going through at the time.
Yeah, it seems like the Cincinnati locker room is a very strong one. Even after the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs, you saw everyone rallying around. It wasn't a pointing finger situation. There was no blaming. Can you talk about the I guess just the locker room that you guys have in Cincinnati?
Yeah, man, the locker room is great, man, especially from the vets, man, showing love, showing us, the right from wrongs that we get into. And, I think that's the best thing we have about our vets is they know how to speak up and speak to us the right way.
So the NFL Top 100 came out. They had you ranked at 39. I know you saw this, the seventh wide receiver on the list. Do you use this as motivation? Are you going to burn all those defensive players that ranked you that low? And how would your NFL Top 5 look?
I'm not going to bash that top 100 stuff. They say the players vote, but, if the players voted, I wouldn't have voted for myself to be that damn low. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is sometimes. But other than that, man, you can't get too much on that. What did you say, my top 5?
Yeah, your top 5.
I'm always have my QB ahead. So let's just put my QB up there. You got myself in there. Aaron Donald. I could say Kelsey. Kelsey's one of the best tight ends in the game. He shows it. Who else? Who else I could go with in here? We could put Pat in there. Juice it up a little bit. Let's juice it up a little bit.
Got to give him some love after the Pat who comments, right?
I ain't giving him no love. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I want to talk about this. The Bengals and the Chiefs, you guys have had this budding rivalry. You got 3 in a row, and then they got you with a chance to go to the Super Bowl. How much of this is a friendly rivalry versus a little bit of a bleep those guys?
Yeah, it becomes a bigger rivalry every year, especially it's always a win or win lose, depending on who wins that game. And it's always such a crunch time game at the end of the year when we play them. So I think that's the biggest way why people think it's a rivalry.
Yeah. You have this incredible nuance in your game. You, Lane Johnson, T. Higgins, you guys, you find the gray lines. Lane Johnson, when it comes to his quick starts at right tackle, you and T. Higgins, you're very physical without getting offensive pass interference called against you. How do you find that line of what you can and cannot get away with? And how much is it predicated on whoever's reffing that game?
That whoever's roughing that game definitely plays a part too. But you just gotta be better with your craft, man, and how you want to set up the defender, how you want to use your leverage, how you want to use your strength, all the small things. That's just all about how you want to set them up, and it's just being creative at your position.
Yeah. As a dude who lives in Kansas, I went to Mizzou, so go Tigers, but a little different go Tigers. I got to ask, man, you were supposed to go to Kansas, then you went to LSU. We know about this. Were you really going to Kansas? Was that in the cards, or were you kind of in the back of your mind knowing you were going to LSU?
At that time, I didn't know where I was going to go, man. I was just young, making decisions, and they got the best of me and letting my emotions make my decisions. And at the time, I didn't really know.
Yeah. As far as LSU and that team goes, there's so many guys from that championship team now in the NFL. Obviously, you and Justin Jefferson doing this with Sleep Number, but just in general, what is that like having that group of guys that went from that championship team, that LSU team, now in the NFL? Are you still close with a lot of them? Is it now a little bit more of a, hey, I'll talk to you after the game, I'm not going to talk to you during the game? Are you still close with those guys? What's your relationship like?
I still talk to some of those guys. We still reach out and have small conversations. But when the game comes, we're not so friendly. We just talk trash the whole game. I know me and PQ goes at it the whole game because we went to college, we practice every day together, and that's all we did was talk trash in practice. So, me and PQ sees each other, that's all we do.
You rank fifth all time with 2,501 receiving yards through your first two NFL seasons. And mind you, that came with missing some games last year. What has been the catalyst, the jumpstart for you that has translated from college to the NFL being this good this early in your career?
Just, being on the same page with my quarterback. I feel like that's the biggest thing right there. I know I said it a lot, but that is the biggest thing right there. Being on the same page with my quarterback and just capitalize on the reps and opportunities that we get in the game.
Yeah, I know Joe Burrow's had his share of injuries now going through his. You had yours last year. What is that like? How difficult is it? You understand what you guys bring to the table. You are one of, if not the best wide receiver in the NFL. And when you're forced to miss games based on injury, what does that do mindset-wise for you?
Yeah, mindset, it slows you down and takes you back a little bit. Both, I want to say, just knowing how you wanted to attack the season and knowing what you want to do for certain games. Maybe you have certain games circled, stuff like that. But, God makes his toughest battles for his toughest soldiers, you know what I'm saying? And, I so happen to be in that mix and being grimy, getting down there and just working my butt off to get back on the field with my guys.
I know you said you had some games circled right there. What games you have circled coming up this year?
I don't even need to say all that right now. We're going to have a true circle, but but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give too much spill too much beans on here, but got a couple circled.
Yeah. Before I let you go, I've been seeing a lot of this going around on Twitter. You gave me your top five current in the NFL. What are your top five wide receivers all time? I know Justin Jefferson put his out there on Twitter. I guess now it's called X. Who's your top five wide receivers of all time?
If we're gonna say all time, I don't know if I'm always have like current players in there.
Yeah.
So I'll say Jerry Rice. I'll put Antonio Brown in there. I'll put Cooper Kupp in there. I don't know. That fit spot's pretty hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They got a lot of good receivers, man. A lot of different receivers. I'll put Keenan Allen in there. I feel like Keenan Allen's a little underrated. You know what I'm saying? He don't really get all the hype he needs and deserves. So, I'll definitely put Keenan in there just so he gets open and separates himself from routes.
Well, JaMarrs, I really appreciate it. Everyone listening, thank you guys so much. If you like this, throw us a like. And by the way, make sure you go check out Sleep Number. Sleep Number Smart Bed is proven to effortlessly improve the quality of your sleep and harness powerful insights to support overall health and wellness. JaMarrs, really appreciate it, man.
No problem. Thank you, man.